we are back, and as promised, we don't talk probably enough about credit as we really should on this show, and that's why I've been excited all day. David Murphy is here, Director of Operations with Credit Insider Club, which is credit repair. Well, David, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so, tell me a little, how did you end up in credit repair? I mean, 20 years is a long time to be in credit repair. I don't feel like people were talking about credit 20 years ago the way they do now.
Well, actually...
Granted, I was like 9 or 12, but...
They've always been talking about it.
Okay.
It's just that now scores are even more important. And loans are much more difficult to get now. It used to be, if you had a 620 score, you could still get a decent loan. Now, you better have 680 to 720.
Yeah, absolutely. So then, when you work with somebody in credit repair, or they go to you, I mean, how is the score derived when you talk about these numbers?
Well, first off, I want to differentiate between FICO and the consumer score called Vantage that is out there. FICO score is basically the low end, 300 points, high credit, 850. Now, Vantage, which is the consumer score, goes from 501 to 990. All right? A lot of people are getting scores off the internet that are not FICO scores, they're Vantage scores. And so they come back and say, oh, yeah, I had a short sale, but I still have a 713. It's not the case. That's not a FICO score.
So why is there different scores?
The difference is that FICO is commercial, okay? It's commercially driven. It is used by insurance industry and the mortgage industry. People wanted to get access to their credit score, so they came up with the Vantage score. So consumers can go on the internet and get these scores. Unfortunately, a lot of people are unaware that the Vantage score is a different score than the FICO score.
I would say many people are unaware. I mean, people don't think about it. They just think that, and a lot of people also think they have one credit score.
Right. They got 3 credit scores. There's 3 bureaus.
And a Vantage score. They have 4 now.
They got 3 bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Okay? Generally, mortgage lenders are going to take the high and the low and throw it out and take your mean score. Okay? Nowadays, like I said, you better have at least a 680 score or you're not going to get the best interest rates.
Or 740 even. I mean, being in the mortgage business now, I mean, to really get the best rates, it's a 740. I mean, they're no joke, and it can cost you $30,000 over the life of your loan, if not more.
That's right.
It's pretty incredible. So, okay, so how do people go about finding their own credit score for free?
Okay. Like I said, there's a lot of different internet companies out there. My Free Credit Report, MyFICOScore.com, True Credit. All of these companies are funded by one of the 3 bureaus. Okay, True Credit, it's TransUnion. FreeCreditReport.com, the crazy commercials, that's funded by Experian. You want to go to annualcreditreport.com because it actually is free. You can get one of each of the 3 bureaus for free once a year. If you want a score, you're going to have to pay a little more for that. But again, it's going to be a Vantage score. It's not going to be a FICO score. You want a FICO score, then you're going to go to a mortgage company and get a credit report. And you're going to pay for that anywhere.
But they're like $15.
$15, $30.
Yeah.
To get all 3 credit reports. And it's a compendium of all 3 bureaus put together, 1 to 15 pages. You go to these on the internet, you're going to get a credit report that can be up to 89 pages long, and a lot of it is just gobbledygook.
Yeah. So, okay, so people go on 89 pages, it's a long credit report.
It is. You go to, you pull up annualcreditreport.com and you pull up your Equifax.
88, I mean, that's...
I'm telling you.
I believe you. I'm just saying it's long.
I would rather look at a mortgage report.
I hope people don't print it.
Mortgage report.
89 pages, or at least do double-sided. I mean, then, you won't waste so much
paper. A mortgage report is clean. It's going to show you open accounts, closed accounts, and derogatory accounts. in the credit repair business, I'm only concerned with the derogatory accounts.
So, okay, so when you look at a credit report and you're looking at, what are the big things you're looking at then? You look at derogatories, right? People not making their payments on time.
Late pays, collections, judgments, tax liens, charge-offs, foreclosure, short sales. One of the things I'm going to look at is if they have collections and whether or not they're paid or not. Okay? And I'm going to tell everyone, the same thing. Pay your collections. Zero them out, we'll be able to get them off the credit report. If they're not paid, the likelihood is they're going to spend the time to do the paperwork because they want their money. Okay? It's a different story if you're getting close to the statute of limitations. So if you're looking at a credit report today, you're looking at May 2005 to the present. So something that may be an old collection from 2005, 2006, then the likelihood is that if you're not getting dunning letters in the mail asking you to pay these, there's a possibility they could come off your credit report.
And does that mean they could just go away?
Yes. Statute of limitations, 7 years, so they cannot collect. But if you paid like $10 on a collection that was from 2005, you just extended it another 2 to 3 years.
So there's really some big pieces of this that people don't understand. I mean, it's pretty complex, right? You think you're done with something, and then you make a payment, and then you've essentially reopened the account.
Yeah, it's called zombie debt.
Zombie debt.
Hey, listen, the biggest problem is people are not educated on what shows up on their credit report. They get turned down and they're shocked, okay? Go to annualcreditreport.com, get a copy of each of the 3 bureaus so you can educate yourself on who reports on you and whether or not there's anything negative on your credit reports. Anything can be fixed.
So how do you, okay, so here's the interesting part. We have a couple minutes before we have to go to break. Again, we're here with David Murphy, Director of Operations with Credit Insider Club. When you say anything can be fixed, what does that mean?
Basically, the information on your credit report has to be deemed accurate, current, and verifiable. If it is not, and it's deemed inaccurate, obsolete, or non-verifiable, then, in accordance with the Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1971, the item can be deleted off your credit report. But if you don't position yourself to ask and verify the information, then it's just going to sit there in the database waiting for that 7-year statute of limitations to expire. So the key is, if you're not sure about something on your credit report, then we better verify it. And if it's non-verifiable, it will come off your credit report.
What do you mean by non-verifiable?
It means somebody that doesn't respond to our dispute. Okay? So generally, how the process works is we're going to send out a dispute letter. It's going to go to the credit bureaus. Okay? They have 5 days to contact the different creditors that we're disputing. Those creditors then have 30 days to get the information back to the credit bureaus, and then they will send you an updated version of your credit report. That process takes 30 to 45 days. So if we were disputing something today, the likelihood is that your update would come in your mailbox between June 15th and June 30th.
And then that update may
be a deletion, may be an upgrade, depending upon if you were late on credit cards, 30, 60, 90 days late. The creditors have the onus to prove that you were 30 days late. So if you're only 29 days late, that's not 30 days late. Therefore, that item should be deleted off your credit report.
So there's a lot of different angles you can take to really prove that these credit reports are correct.
That is correct. And here's the other thing. A lot of times people will pay their collections, okay, whether it's parking ticket downtown and Alliance One.
Somebody's got to pay $41 million.
So, if you pay your tickets, whether it's a parking ticket, a doctor's bill, that's not going to come off your credit report just because you paid it. It's going to show a balance of 0, but it's telling creditors that you were sent to a collection agency. So our objective is, 1, pay your bills, and then let us go after and try and get these items deleted off the credit report.
Well, David, we do have to go to break. Thanks so much for joining us.
Sure
Again,
thing.
David
Thank you
Murphy.
for having me.
Yeah, our pleasure. Director of Operations with Credit Insider Club. Lots of information. You can reach him by going to our Facebook page also, facebook.com/Brashenomics. When we come back, credit scores drop. Heather drops questions. We'll be right back.